Hello everyone, I'm doing another tutorial for a crochet. I'm going to show how to do this bubble stitch. I think that's what it's called. I'm not absolutely certain. I don't know a lot of the names for the crochet stitches. I just know how to do them. This is a bubble, and I've done 2 rows straight so that they're lined up with each other. And then I've done 2 rows where they're into the spaces, like that. And I'll show you how to do this stitch now. So I'm going to make a chain first, wrap it around my finger and a 12 chain. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 chain. And this yarn I'm using is more Peyton's Fab double knit. They recommend 4mm for needles or hooks. It's 100% acrylic, 100 grams, 274 meters. And I'll drop that on the floor because it's easier to pull the wool off for it. And I'm going to do the stitch for this is 1 row is single crochet if you're in the US, but double crochet in the United Kingdom, and the other row will be triple crochet in the UK, double crochet in the United States. So I'm going to do 1 row of, I'll use the UK terms. I'm going to use 1 row of double crochet. So that's the first row. That's the double crochet. You do that every other row. I'm going to chain 1, turn, going to double crochet into the first stitch, and then I'm going to treble crochet 5 times into the next stitch, but I'm not going to do the full treble crochet. It's yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You know how 2 stitches on the hook, yarn over into that stitch again, yarn over, pull through. You now have 3 stitches on the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. You now have 4 stitches on the hook, yarn over, into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now have 5 stitches on the hook, yarn over, into the same stitch again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You now have 6 stitches on the hook. You go yarn over and pull through all 6 stitches, and then into the next stitch you do a double crochet, and into the next stitch, which is going to be every alternate stitch, it's going to be a bubble or bobble. It's 1, no, I think I've split that stitch. That's 2. It's 3. 4. That's 5. We now have 6 stitches. So go to yarn over the hook and pull through all those 6 stitches, and then the next stitch again is a double crochet, and I will meet you at the end of that row. And I've just done the last bubble, and now I'm going to do the last stitch of that row, which is a double crochet. And there you can see the bubble starting to take shape. And the next row is just going to be double crochet all the way across. So I'll do 1 chain. I've already turned, so. And then I'm going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch, and you have to make sure the stitches are slightly leaning over the back, so you have to make sure that you get that right stitch when you do it. You'll have a large stitch like that one where the bubble was, and there'll be a small one, a large one, a small one, and so on across the row. More than I needed there. And I will meet you at the end of that row. So I'm at the end of that row, and I'm going to chain 1 and turn. And this time I'm going to do the make the bubbles in between, like I showed you on the this original one here. So I'm going to do, this was the first row, so I'm going to do the third row and miss out that second one to make the tutorial a little bit shorter. So instead of starting with 1 double crochet like I did with the other row, I'm going to go into 2. So that's the first double crochet, and then into the second one, and then I'm going to do the treble crochets into the third stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 treble crochets into that stitch, and we now have 6 stitches on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all 6, and then we do 1 double crochet and then treble crochet again into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5, and we have 6, 2, 4, 6 on the hook again. Yarn over the hook and pull through all 6, and I'll meet you at the end of that row. And I'm almost at the end of that row, and I've got 6 stitches on the hook. The yarn over and pull through all 6, and now I have 2 stitches left, and I'm going to do 2 double crochet. That's 1 in the last stitch, the double crochet, and I'll do 1 chain at the end, and then I'll do a double crochet across this row. And again, make sure you go into the right stitches, because the stitches are turned over onto the back with the bobbles being sticking out like that. The stitch tends to go further over the back, so make sure you go into the right stitch. That's 1 large stitch and 1 small stitch. That's the way they run across the back. And I'll meet you at the end of that row. And that's how you do the bobble stitch. So I've done two rows, and I've shown the 1 row and then the 2nd row into the spaces in between the bobbles, if you want to do it that way. But if not, you can do it the way I showed you on this one, with the 2 rows running parallel with each other, and then I showed you the 2 rows like what I've just done here. And you can make they're suitable for baby blankets or rugs, anything like that you want to do with them. It's quite a nice stitch, and you can do it with any thickness of wool that you want to use. So if you like my video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll show you more when I get round to doing more.